Hey guys, so today I'm going to be introducing you to what Connexus is all about and how I spend my everyday life. So basically I'm going to show you around the website and things that I do. So to start off, we're going to go to our home page, and there it tells you what all your assignments are for the day. And you also have a to-do list, which also includes other activities you may have for the day. And then you have this thing called the Connexus activity tracker, which if you go to that, it basically tells you how many hours you spent every day. And so far today, I've spent 2 hours and 12 minutes. You usually have a parent track how long each activity is for you. Maybe they estimate, okay, so 1 hour was spent on this and 1 hour was spent on that kind of thing. But it really doesn't matter if they do it right away. They can do it at night or whenever they have free time. So if your parent works, it isn't really much of a problem. It doesn't take that long at all. But you have to have a certain amount of hours that you have to have during the week. You need, it says here the average is 27 hours and 30 minutes a week to stay on target, so that it counts towards your education and by the state requirements on how many learning hours you should have during the week. And then if I go back here, see all these, you can have your own little planner schedule, and it'll have not just live lessons or virtual field trips or anything like that, but also if you have any personal appointments or anything, you can make a schedule for that to add to your list. Okay, so below the events is your lessons. These are the ones I'm working on currently. So if you look over here, it tells you, you check it off as complete, but sometimes it does it automatically for you. Then once you have a lesson, you send it and it's pending approval, and mine doesn't say that anymore, but your parent or whoever can accept this approval. Then it marks it as complete, and these ones are not complete, as you can see, but once they are, they'll become like this. Overdue lessons will be listed down here if you get behind, which is totally fine and normal if you do. Your teachers may contact you about it, but usually it isn't that bad. You can easily get caught back up. And right now I don't have any, so it's not down here. If you go over here, this is the assessments for each assignment. It tells you the status of completion, the lesson name, and then the assessment. Quick check is basically just a mini quiz over what the lesson was about, and it gives you a small grade, but not that large of a grade. And then below this, it says practice, so these have practice problems or a practice assignment or whatever. Discussion means that it is mainly just covering a subject, there's a bunch of text and you read about it. And then your skills check is basically just checking to see if you're on topic, you understand the topic. And then your test is, your test. Sometimes you also have portfolios. Those are assignments you have to turn in specific documents or whatever to send to the teachers, like a project. So if you have a slideshow or something, or some document you had, or an essay you had to type, that goes into the portfolios. So you see that? You get your homeroom that you're assigned to, and then you have all your courses, and you have Webmail, which is basically email for the teachers, and then you have your live lesson sections that you can click on to take you to the live lessons, which are basically written right here. And usually I go to every live lesson that I can attend for algebra, because that's one of my lowest subjects that I'm not as great at, and I learn the best by seeing it. You have your homeroom, and then you have all your courses and your teacher information, counselor, principal, clubs, that type of thing. Okay, so now we're gonna go to my courses. and it lists all your grades. Well, this is the official grade book, but it tells you like what your overall score is, like your percentage, how far in course you're to completing it for the semester, and your classes, your teachers, the last lesson that you have for the year. So like say for my electives, it's in December since that's the end of the first semester. But anyways, oh, here's Miss Miley. Miley, you want to come say hi? Hi. Hi. What you doing? She came to say hi since I'm by myself right now. I used to actually do my work every day at my desk, but then I just got lazy about it, and I don't know, I just can't sit in a chair all day. It hurts my back. So I switched over to my bed, which normally I would not recommend because you could easily get distracted or fall asleep if you're super tired. But for me, I do it on my bed. So next, after the courses, you can see down here all your stuff. But if you go to your links, then it tells you you can use like Khan Academy, and all these different sources for your schoolwork. Announcements is basically just things that happen throughout the school. They tell you something that's happening anywhere a part of Connexus. So that's that. Then you go to your planner. Your planner is basically your schedule for the day. So here's today's schedule for me. It lists times for live lessons and field trips and anything like that. Here's that for the day, and then it marks it off like that when you're done with it. The week shows your week schedule, what you have completed, what you have the rest of the week. See, these are the portfolios. Shows you that. And this right here means it's a modification. So a teacher changed something about the original plan of it. Q means quiz. Month. This shows all of your lessons each week for the month. See, Thanksgiving break, it shows up in yellow when you have a day off. Then extra things like live lessons, purple, green are the live lessons during the week that are more important, and then red are your assignments. So that's that for November. Okay, next we're moving to the virtual library. This shows like handbooks, clubs and activities, resources, schedules, different things you can sign up for, and then honor code, which is no cheating basically. So this more section tells you the school directory. It tells you what city they are in, if they're interested in meeting up. This is just for Ohio, but all the other states have the same kind of thing. So it tells you the grade, who their parents are, who the teacher is, what their last name is based on what household they live in, and if they're interested in meeting up with you. So if you're interested in any of them, you have the option to webmail them and send them a message and get to know them. But also on live lessons, I've also met people, so you can go and find them that way. It has their name on it. Okay, next one is webmail. Webmail is very important to keep in contact with your teachers, and it also shows announcements, like example art club. It talks about different things that are going on during the week. And your teachers send you webmails about assignments and notices and all that type of thing. And live lessons and different things that are going on. So these are very important to keep in contact with your teachers. And if they light up a certain color, then that means that they are very important. And it will also notify you if they're important. So to send webmail, you have your inbox, you have your drafts, the ones that you can add to like emails, and then you can send your messages. So to send one, hit compose message. You can save it as a draft and it'll go to here if you're not finished typing to someone, or you can send the message. You click on the to button and this little icon pops up. You can click for who you want to contact or any of that, and then you hit the to button and it shows up here. And then you have this. So like all these, and then it selects the recipients that you want to send the message to. Okay, then you have your subject. You can add a subject to it, and then you have this whole thing that you can use: emojis, pictures, bold, italics, underline, that type of thing. You can pick a font, and then you get to send it to your teacher. So if you have any questions, if you have any problems or questions or anything, for your message boards, this basically is where teachers post assignments to. So, I'm sorry I'm not screen recording this, but now I'm doing it by hand here. Okay, so basically, let's show you what this is all about. Go to add for 2 for mine, and it has different links for each individual class, and it gives you information about each class and helps you out if you have any questions. For an example, these are common questions that I have answers to them. You can click on that, and then you have different answers to all of these. And message boards are very helpful, and you want to use them a lot because they help you. And sometimes teachers will specifically request that you go on them to find something. So, okay, so now I'm going to show you what a lesson looks like. One of them. This is history. And if we go over here, shows you each lesson throughout the whole course and what you've done, what you haven't done, what section are you on, etc. If you want to go back to one or like look back on something to study something, you can use this. These are what lessons look like. So here's the first slide. Usually you start out with your objectives for each lesson. It has the lesson name, the unit, then keywords throughout the lesson, etc. You can also go down here and you have the resources, which includes a glossary for words that you might want to look up if you need anything, and materials you might need for a lesson, links that you may need, and then that kind of thing. Okay, then this is your virtual library. It pulls it up for you. This is to mark the lesson complete, which I can't yet. This is your forum, which shows your message board for that class. Then we go down here to this, and these are your assessments for the assignment. So it tells me I have a quick check for this one. This is objectives, the target. It tells you what your targets are, which are also right here. This is discussions. So you have different lessons here that talk about the topic. Then this is if you want to print anything. And then the last one is help if you need anything. You may also have a little chalkboard looking thing sometimes, and that's if the teacher made a modification. Okay, so at the end, I'm just gonna real quick show you what the quick check looks like. Okay, so you click on the quick check. Tells you how many questions A lot of them are short, but some may be like 20 questions sometimes. Okay, so for this one, this is the type of thing that it does. You click on it, it's multiple choice. Sometimes they're fill in the blank, fill in the answer. Sometimes they're like this, you gotta drag and drop for history. And then use summaries at the end when you submit your quick check. So I'll show you what it looks like at the end. What the assessment summary looks like. It tells you that you've answered all of the questions. And then all you have to do is hit submit assessment. And then you can click the check. Mark is complete. And say pending approval. And then obviously the bar moves higher. It tells you if you are on track or behind if you go over these. It's the morning, and I usually have 2 Eggos, which I just finished the first one, and some Oreos. My vitamins already had. There's my milk, and I'm about to get into my life lesson and show you what it is all about. Okay, so this is the app. It's called Adobe Connect, and this is what life lessons look like. Sometimes there's polls for the chat, you can change your text color, they can play music. It's really cool. I really like it.